여러분 안녕, Ashley입니다. And today we are doing a reading for Jay from Enhypen. Let's get started, shall we? First card up. Ooh, Green Lady. Very good. This is a card about growth, progress, expansion, and moving forward. So he's developing himself as a person. Maybe some of his skills he's working on, something he thinks he's lacking in. Let's see what's next. Ooh, Unseelie Court. I think Ravi got this one last week. This is about unexpected change and new or potentially unstable alliances. So maybe he's working with somebody and it might change the way he does things, but it might not be so, it might not work out for the long run. You know what I mean? Might try something new and it doesn't work out. Let's see. Next one. Ooh. Whoa. Okay, dropped her. Morgan Le Fay is card number 3. She's about wisdom and power gained from experience, and also aspiration and ambition. So obviously he gets a lot of experience in his job, which then adds to his knowledge on how to perform or operate in the music industry. And I think maybe he's expanding on that, working on that, making a conscious effort to improve himself, which is always good. Next one. Okay. This next card is about energy drain or bad health. It's kind of about making sure you're not wearing yourself down, not doing too much, and not while also not taking care of yourself. So it could be he's overworking, not paying attention to his self-care as much as he should. He needs to watch out that he doesn't exhaust himself, which is a common thing in Kpop, that people just overwork themselves and then they're exhausted and they need to be hospitalized or they need to take a break or something like that. So he needs to make sure that he's taking care of himself and not overworking. Let's see what the next one is. Ooh, okay, the mermaid. Mermaids are good. Mermaids are about creative inspiration. They're about joy and coming into a time of great fulfillment. So he needs to make sure he's not overworking, but to remember this is also fun and he enjoys doing it. And he might come into this creative mode, right, where he's very inspired and wants to do something. And you know how we all get like that? We find something we want to do and we kind of obsess and it's all we do for a month and then you're burnt out. That could be that situation. He might be entering a creative space with himself, right? And it'll make him happy and it'll work really well. And he'll be like, yeah, let's do it. But also he's not taking care of himself at the same time. You know what I mean? So he needs to make sure he's not doing too much. Be creative, be inspired. Don't kill yourself to do it, Last one for this pile. Ooh, the Elder Queen. The Elder Queen is about getting help from a friend. So if he feels kind of tired, maybe talk to a friend, or if a friend notices, how sometimes you don't notice what energy you're in until your friend says, dude, are you okay? So maybe a friend will say to him, or one of the other guys in Enhypen will be like, you need to slow down. You need to take a break. Interesting. Let's see what pile number 2 has to say. Ooh, okay. 5 of Wands in reverse is again a card about exhaustion. It's also about compromise, teamwork, harmony. If you've been going through any sort of struggles, whether it's internally or externally, it'll work out soon. So if he's finding himself having a hard time, it could be because he's exhausting himself, and maybe he's coming to realize that, or even had a friend say, hey, or since this is teamwork, maybe one of the other guys had said, hey, take a break. Yeah, I think he's maybe pushing himself too hard at whatever he's doing, whether it's something that has to do with creative inspiration, like maybe he's writing music, or maybe he's working on his choreography, or whatever he feels he's lacking in, and he might be going a little too hard. Let's see. Ooh, Queen of Pentacles is next. Queen of Pentacles is about being down to earth, being grateful, being socially conscious, and balance. That's what I take away from this one for him. Balance. He might be doing too much on the work side and not enough on the J side. You know? Too much work, not enough life. Now we're exhausted. Yeah, because the Queen says you have all the resources necessary to be able to be balanced and take care of yourself. You just need to tap into it. So he might be overly focused on one side and neglecting the other, and he needs to balance it out. There's no reason why he can't. Ooh, Seven of Cups. I like Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups are all about opportunity and options, choices, having a lot of choices, but making sure that you don't just pick the shiny, pretty one, you know, using your common sense, or doing your due diligence and making sure you know everything you need to know about all of your options before you pick one. I wonder if that goes back to pile one and that new and potentially unstable alliance. He might be in an opportunity to pick something that might not work out. So to avoid that, he needs to make sure that he really looks into everything, weighs all of his options, see which ones are really going to work best for him. Not just now, but in the long run. What's going to pay off in the future? You know? Because that's always better. Things that are going to benefit you now as well as the future is better than one that's just going to benefit you now. You know? Let's see what the next one is. Ooh, Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is very independent energy. It's very encouraging, supportive energy. So that's either him or somebody he's got in his life. But it's also a card of being patient and understanding, because that helps you see the positive things in his life. So maybe if he's overworking too much and he's getting exhausted, you know, when you get tired and like everything sucks because you're tired, that could be the energy he's in, and or he's close to it. So he needs to take a step back. But even this last card, this help from a friend card, that's also could be this, because that was a queen too. There could be a friend in his life that sits him down and is like, you need to rein it in a little bit. You need to take a break because I can see you burning yourself out. Interesting. Yeah, I think he's working a lot, maybe too much. Like, he might be one of those people that, like, everybody goes to bed and then he just doesn't. You know? He's just working all the time. My dad used to be one of those people. Not anymore, but he used to be. I used to go, like, all day not seeing my dad because he would be at work all freaking day and night. It's not good. Don't live like that. Next card is the Emperor. The Emperor is about structure and confidence and being in control of your emotions. He's somebody who is consistent and trustworthy, which could be Jay, could be personality traits that he has, which are really good ones that everyone should have. So if he's got them, good for him. But it's also a card that's about reaching a new level of mastery. So I really think he's working on something to better himself. That's going to enhance the way people see him in the industry. Because this card is about, like, mastery of your work. And others will see you as, like, an expert in your field, right? That's good. I like that. I definitely think he's working on something, maybe I think on himself and his skills and his abilities, and he might be going a little too hard. Last one, King of Cups. King of Cups is about creativity and wisdom. We saw wisdom even pop up in the first pile. But it's really about growing into a more responsible person, which is always nice. And being more aware of how your actions affect people around you, which could go back to him just being tired. You know, when you, like I said before, when you're tired, everything sucks. And then you maybe don't realize how you speak to other people. That could be the friend thing too. Maybe they sit him down because he's like, not on purpose doing it, but like unaware, unconsciously just being kind of like meh to everybody. And people notice it, and maybe it's a change in personality, and they're like, dude, what are you doing? So yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's working himself too much and he's getting tired. You might not see it on camera because that's part of his job and everybody turns on when they sit in front of the camera. But like maybe when he's home or around the other guys, like in the practice room or whatever, and he's just like, meh, yeah, whatever, okay. Because he's just fucking tired and doesn't have the energy for anything. Let's see what the next pile has. 8 of coins. Yeah, it's an 8. This is about, again, mastery and ambition and diligence, crafts and talents, perfectionism, but it's telling you not to be a perfectionist. It's about making sure you're not like obsessively trying to be perfect at whatever it is that you're working on. Like, you know, what you need to do requires a lot of focus and dedication, which with his job it definitely does. But it takes time, you know, and even if he spends like all day doing it, it's still going to take a while. You're not getting there any faster by cramming like 15 hours of shit in your day, you know? Interesting. So this also is another one. Don't be a perfectionist. Don't try to do too much at once. It's still going to take a while. So just relax and take your time. And interesting. 8 of Cups in reverse. This is about maybe feeling a little bit confused on the path you're taking, which could come from exhaustion. You're doing too much. Maybe he feels like he's not getting anywhere, so he's sitting there going, now I'm not sure. But it's also one of like considering your options. It follows the 7 of Cups that we saw in this pile, right? So it's another one that says weigh all of your options. That's what it could be. He's got an option to do something, maybe like work with somebody, collab with somebody, something like that. Or maybe he's got a couple of offers and he doesn't know which way to go. So he definitely needs to make sure that he's making the right choice. And if he's too tired, he might feel confused and not able to logically do that. So he needs to balance himself out and get himself right before he's making any choices. And make sure he weighs all the pros and cons. And like I said before, making sure things are going to benefit you in the long run and it's not just some sort of crappy one-off. You know what I mean? Interesting. Next one. 8 of Wands. That's 3 8s in a row, y'all. I don't think I've seen that happen before. Not that I recall, anyway. But the 8 of Wands is about taking care of business or gaining momentum, entering exciting times. So if he's feeling stuck, which could be maybe because he's doing a lot and he's running himself down, he feels like he's not getting anywhere. Things are about to take a turn. And it could be from those options. It could be from that friend sitting him down and saying, hey, you need to readjust. Um, Interesting. 3 8s. 3 8s, you guys. 3 8s. In numerology, 8 is a card about achievement, and measuring life by the goals that you reach. It's also about having good business sense, which I think in his industry is something that's important. Or having a powerful presence, a strong drive for success, which could be why he maybe overworks himself a little bit. It's also, because it's an 8, right? It's 2 circles. It's also about balance. I think that very much applies here. 3 8s. You need to be balanced. He very much needs to work on his work-life balance, I think. In, I think, Asian culture, maybe Chinese specific, I don't know, you guys might know. But I know in, like, Asian culture, 8s are considered the luckiest number, or one of the luckiest numbers. So I like that he got that. He's got 3 8s. A very lucky boy. That's good. So I think this says things will work out for him. He just needs to find his balance and not overwork himself. And 3 8s is also an angel number, which is about abundance and positivity, and receiving an overwhelming amount of goodness, right? So I like that. I like that he got 3 8s and that they mean all nice, wonderful, lucky, good, positive things, and abundance. Abundance is always nice. I like seeing that. Good for him. God knows I would never get anything like that. Wonderful. Good for you, Jay. Next. 2 of Coins is another card about balance. This kid is very unbalanced. He's pushed too far to the work and not enough to the self, and that's not good. That is not good. That's how you run yourself down. That's how you end up getting hurt or sick or whatever. 2s are also about multitasking, right? So finding your balance could also be multitasking. Maybe he could work on some stuff comfortably from home while he sits down and, like, watches TV or something that's calming and relaxing, and just leisurely does a little bit of work. Not sit in a room by himself like a lonely lump all day. I just realized I was describing myself. That's me. Don't be me, Jay. Don't be me. You won't like it. Don't be me. It takes a special person to do what I do, okay? Yeah, literally just describe myself. Okay. Don't sit in your workroom all day. Although, kind of be like me, because I told you to sit in front of a TV and do your work, and, like, it's muted, but my TV's on right now. And I'm kind of watching Futurama while I'm talking to you. Okay, so maybe be a little bit like me. Don't just sit here all day like me. But, you know, you get it. Anyway. Yeah. There's a thin line with the 2 about meeting your goals, completing your tasks, and losing control. And he needs to make sure he stays on the side of balance and control and not losing himself to the work. Make sure you divide your energy and time wisely. Okay, you're in a group with how many other dudes? You know? Like, I'm just me. I've got, like, 2 friends and only one of them lives here. So, you know, you've got other friends, Jay. You've got people you work with. Be social. I felt weird even telling somebody to be social. One, because of, you know, well, people can hang out more now. People can hang out more. But I feel like a hypocrite telling people to be social. Don't be like me, kids. Anyway, 10 of Coins. Is that what this is? Yes. 10 of Coins is about building a strong foundation, and maybe going along with the conventional way of doing things, or the traditional way of doing things. So that might be how he approaches his job, you know? I'm sure it's still, like, I remember hearing this years ago, but I'm sure it's still applicable that, like, idols literally would work until the wee hours of the morning, and then they would choose between eating and going back to work or sleeping and then going back to work. You know, because you wouldn't have enough time to do both, which is insane to me. Sleep is probably the better option, personally, but also I'm, like, not a hungry person, so I would choose to sleep. But that might be how he approaches his work, you know? You work like 20 hours and then, like, sleep for 4 and get up, which again is not healthy for anybody. Please don't live like that. I say as I literally slept 5 hours last night. Do as I say, not as I do, okay? That's just it. As my mom used to say, do as I say, not as I do. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. I'm old. I know what I'm talking about. Last one. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is great. Ace of Cups is about happiness, fulfillment, feeling free and happy with your surroundings. So, I think he's going to get it together. You know, he's going to realize, yeah, I'm doing too much. Because the Ace of Cups is also about new relationships, whether that's friendships or, like, business relationships. It's also about embracing your social side, which I kind of just said. It's about positive energy and how that energy is capable of attracting new friends. You know, people want to work with you. People want to be around you. And that will bring success to your life, to your career, to all those parts of yourself. So I think he's maybe got a couple people who are like, hey, you're doing the most and you need to calm down. And that's going to help him find his balance. He definitely needs to start shifting more into taking care of himself. And that will lead to a lot more positive moments in his life, both personally and professionally, which I always enjoy seeing. I don't like when people get not so good things. Last card. His oracle is the Flower. The Flower is about results and rewards, accomplishing a goal, your current effort, coming to, like, full bloom, kind of, like, you know, because it's a flower. And, like, reaching your goal, but you need to be positive and confident, which we saw earlier. So he needs to be balanced, because when you're, and, like, maybe take more care of himself so he's not exhausted. Because I think he's kind of in that energy now where he's maybe starting to feel it, or he's in it, and people are noticing. So he needs to get himself right, so he's in a better space to feel confident and positive, because that's going to help him achieve what he wants to achieve. Lovely. I like that. Overall, pretty good reading for Jay. He just needs to take care of himself, which I think applies to a vast majority of people, especially ones in high demand jobs like him. So yeah, anyway, that's it for this reading. If you liked it, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I post a video, 11 a.m. every Thursday, Eastern Time. If you want, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. My name's in the description box down below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.